Okay, how about now? Alright, good. So, we're late. We're late due to technical issues. Our webcam finally decided that instead of just being difficult, it was going to be impossible. So, we've got that going for us, which is, well, the opposite of nice. And yeah, but we are back on DDO. Get this here where we can get it sized properly. So, the reason that I'm bitching so much about that particular one is that it has been giving me difficulties for a while. Like, I have had to physically unplug it and plug it back in before every stream for a long time, and now it has finally decided that it doesn't want to get recognized at all. So, we have that. And yeah, it's never shown up as itself, it's always shown up as generic USB device. It forgets its settings every time we do anything, and it's just been a massive pain the whole time I've used it. And now, in trying to get it to work, while shuffling through the various things that we could do to try to get it to work again, I managed to convince my computer that I can't get even the other, more reliable dog web camera up. I probably could if I restarted OBS, but I had already started stream at that point. Okay, yeah, so I have not transferred over any of my other characters yet. So I've only got like 2 weeks to do that. Oh, it might help if I capture the in-game sound effects. But yeah, so where are we in DDO? Since we've not had DDO streams for a bit, because, well, DDO kept going down on days that I wanted to stream it. Not down like the whole time, but like, oh, our downtime's gonna go until 8:30, and I'm like, well, I start stream at 8, so I'm just gonna pick something else for that whole night. But here we are. When we last visited, we did our previous life as a Chaosmancer Iconic, so Wild Mage, and last life we did Fire, so we decided to switch up, and this time we did Ice, and we reincarnated this character, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we're still at 15 because, well, we haven't played DDO off-stream because there were the lag issues, and we haven't played on-stream because they kept scheduling their downtime at the same time as my streams. So we've got a lot that we can do, because we've done basically nothing. But let's take a quick look and re-familiarize ourselves with our build and our layout and all that. So, we are in Water Savant and Wild Mage. And we also grabbed Greater Color Spray. But we're not deep enough into Wild Mage to get the special damage on it, so that's not ideal. Which means we are going to be using our cold abilities primarily. And we'll see how that goes, because I have never played a cold sorcerer before. Alright, we've got a lot of stuff to do. So I guess we'll do Undermine. So first we have to get there, and we'll see if the airship portals are working. I think they said they fixed them, but I don't necessarily trust it all the way. Okay, we want to go to Guild Airship. Hey, it works. And from here, we'll grab ship buffs, because we hadn't get this life. And from here, we go to Marketplace, so we can go over to Lord's March.
The city of Stormreach is abuzz with the news that a ship has arrived to ferry passengers to Sharn, the City of Towers. The ship's captain seeks heroes looking for a grand adventure in the clouds.
All right.
Speak to Captain Alban Dranmore in the Stormreach Harbor to set sail for Sharn.
Now, depending on what order they're doing things in, I may or may not care about the actual quest completion. Oh wait, Undermine is at the NPC, so I have to go there anyway to get it. Alright, which one is it? It's just you. Oh. We're at higher skulls than I expected, but that's fine. Off we go. So, I feel slow. And part of that's going to be that the Warlock is going to have a move speed advantage if he took the right enhancements. But we will see how all that goes as well. Did I set all of my meta magics? Okay. So Freezing Spear is a big nuke for what? For non-SLAs. But for actual SLAs, we have 2, 3, and 4. And I guess I'll grab this. I have enough spell points that I can probably pretty well do the go cast the non-SLAs. I am small.
Thick smell of smoke in the air suggests the presence of explosives nearby, as does the charred corpse of an unfortunate ogre.
Okay, off we go. We at least have a positive wild surge this time. So we're just running past everything. Okay, understood. That didn't go as expected because I thought I had another charge. I did not. Oh, ow.
A bridge crosses an underground chasm here. Falling would not be advisable.
I did not get my Death Ward Quickie out of the bank, so that's a problem. That's nothing to be concerned about, that's just a wild surge. Oh, I keep wanting to leap. Alright. And we are learning a variety of things. And one of the things that we are learning is to worry about certain things and not other things. And by worry about certain things and not other things, I mean that my Frost Lance ability is very much dependent on a lot of things, but mostly I'm thinking about is line of sight. It runs into things. Oh, I have poofed. That makes it harder to kill the thing. Oh, remnants. And lag. Okay. Oh, okay. A 2-second lag spike. Not ideal, but we've had worse.
Blow them up! Blow them up now! You have found the lair of the Demolitions Master.
Okay, we really want to kill this Reaper. Yep. I was like, wait a second. That, the Reaper dot is mostly what killed me there. This guy finished me off, sure, but the Reaper dot is what took most of my health. Do I have scrolls? I do not have scrolls. I need to go grab scrolls. For a bunch of things. For red scrolls, for healing in case I get the packs.
The smoking body of the Demolitions Master crumples to the ground. You've defeated Droam's scheme to undermine Stormreach.
Excellent. Do I really need to buff here? No, not really. There's nothing really that's going to be threatening. Did I probably did, yeah? Okay, yes, we did set that.
You've reached the end of the tunnel. Surely this must exit to Droam's base of operations here on Zendrik. With your mission accomplished, you should report
dungeon.
back to the Coin Lords for
Now we
further
need to make a
instructions.
quick bank run. Maybe? Maybe not. We'll see. But we want to get our Death Ward clicky out of the bank, and we might have scrolls in the bank. I don't know if we do or not, though. But especially if we're going to be on R4, I do want to be slightly more prepared. If it's R1, I probably wouldn't bother. But R4, on the other hand, we do want to actually have ourselves prepared. Alright, there's the Skullduggery cap. Show me scrolls. Consumables. Cosmetic. Alright, there we go. Raise, dead, and heal, that's what I wanted. And of course, put them on bars. And bring this here, and bring this here. Excellent. Now we're ready to go for the next quest. which we will get door because, well, we missed the first 2 quests in the chain.
The rancid stench in this cave is sickening.
Did they already kill
and
the?
almost palpable.
They did already kill that guy.
Entire
Okay.
army using it as a latrine. As vile as this substance is, it might be of use to you. There's something to scoop this with. This large half-orc cook smells of
Crowd control.
his hot frying pan spits oil.
It's not working as well as I'd hoped because they ended up taking him way further away than I expected.
This area serves as a field kitchen. Destroying their provisions.
And I don't have freedom of movement on. The weird delay on Snowball Swarm is not ideal. Like, it just feels bad. And I walked right into the thingy. How long do we have on the 8 seconds? So this is a good time to avert scrolls. Oh, someone took him out of range right as he became eligible to res. That's unfortunate.
Soldiers have bunked down in this hallway. Many beds are empty. Are those casualties, or have they gone out on assignment?
Okay. So yeah, we're basically gonna get a lot of use out of Greater Color Spray here.
This must be the army's arsenal. That's a lot of explosives for one room. How convenient.
Got Clear Color Spray. We are Color Spray bot. Oh, Flag Spike. Start with 17 on buffs. Alright, 10-ish seconds. Again, pretty bad, but technically better than it was.
That's the biggest barrel of explosives you have ever seen. Careful. What do you
I really
know?
should get out a thrown weapon for
The
doing
biggest
that.
barrel of explosives you've ever seen is here too. Two screaming officers of the Droal army fall from the hole in the roof.
Okay, we have the Inquisitive here to handle that sort of targeted, high single target damage thing.
The soldiers in the hallway ahead are still asleep. They must be used to loud noises.
So yeah, we're mostly just landing crowd control at this point. Our damage is not great. So I don't know exactly what I'm comparing to. Also, Icicle Lance is causing me
An
issues
ancient giant temple
with
complex
the targeting.
rises high above you. Is this the reason for the Droal army coming here? This bloodstain on the ground looks suspicious.
Okay.
Where's the body? Did they eat it?
I really need to use my SLAs more.
Somewhere upstairs, a
Oh,
Medusa
come on
hisses.
now.
Don't just stand there, fools. More soldiers up here. The
We get at
ritual
least
must not
one
be
of these souls.
interrupted.
The blood hasn't dried yet on this altar. Who was sacrificed here? And to whom?
Okay.
There were no humans on Zendrik back during the time of the Giant Empire. These human bones must be a recent addition to this temple.
Alright,
The
let's
rhythmic
clear up our
sounds of
packs.
mining picks on stone resound from down below.
I guess if everyone else is resting, we might as well rest as well. Pretty even on the kill count. Though the Bard is on top by a reasonable margin. It helps, you know, I got my Death Ward quickie out of the bank, and then I didn't use it. These puzzles seem complex until you learn that it's like, no, the answer is literally... Oh, that's a bad time for lag. Okay, so the lag spikes are not as bad as they were,
A withered
as
and
far
bent
as
figure
they're
stands before
individually
you.
how bad each one is.
Surely this confrontation will end quickly. The hag fades away
But
with a taunt.
they are
The hag
still pretty
grumbles at you.
frequent.
Took you long enough to get here. Killed enough of my
Okay.
but it's hardly over. I have more than you can handle in my bag.
Alright. So we're doing okay, but we're in a group. Groups make everything easier. I don't think I can. I don't think he would die from any poison in here either. But he thought he would, so I can burn a heal scroll to give someone some peace of mind.
You fought well, but I foresee a deadly challenge in your future.
Not that the disco balls last very long. The crowd control scaling as you go up in Reaper gets pretty nasty for things like disco ball or any sort of area of effect crowd control. Unless I wanted to cast Sleet Storm. Which, you know, I could. Wait, that's Ice Storm, not Sleet Storm.
The green hag fades away once more.
So, you've killed every officer who knew about the mission. That'll do just fine. I'll leave you now, but here's one last thing to remember by. Behold the might of Droam!
The Might of Droam, yes. I gotta say, I am liking Cone of Cold. Do we have as many traps as we need? Yes. Oh, right. Forgot I need to switch from my voice because I'm wearing a set with goggles on it.
The lights on the floor go out. The portal
Hey, there we go.
collapses, cutting off further reinforcements from Droam. Your mission is a success. The few remaining stragglers pose no threat to Zendrik.
I will say that despite the lag, it is nice when I opened up LFG and there were just, like, a ton of groups. More than would fit on one page. Of course, now there aren't that many. Wait, the Thrill of the Hunt. Oh, right, that's Waylon, yes. Tavern Brawl? And then, of course, we got Sharn too. Okay, so we're doing these things over level. Or at least I'm over level. I don't know if they realize that I'm over level, but... Oh well. I'm in party and they didn't say anything, so... I guess they don't mind. Or they just didn't notice that they opened it to a public group and the last quest chain was level 13 and this is level 12, so the people from last quest don't necessarily fit this quest.
Crimson magic flickers over this massive stone door, sealing it shut.
Not for long, it doesn't. Hello, Need More Chai. Welcome. Is someone having trouble with the puzzle? Feels like it's been ages. It has, since I have scheduled them, and then the scheduling hasn't worked because they kept scheduling downtime at the same time as my streams. But at long last, they did not schedule downtime on top of my stream, and so we have returned. I'll clear this just in case.
Smoke and ash fill the air as an Ifrit manifests into the chamber. The Ifriti gives a final roar of rage, then vanishes
hello.
in a shower of ash. The second rune activates. There's a massive
I was not prepared for these things to spawn, but we do as best we can.
A sudden silence.
Okay. Alright. No one here really has healing?
Waves of intense
Actually, I take that back. Everyone here should have healing. No one wants to give me healing, which is fine. I wouldn't want to give me healing either. Oh, I'm out of phase, though, so I can't crowd control this group. Until now. Oh, hey, healing.
And the ice sheet that makes up the floor collapses.
And this is why, even though I'm not getting damage on my color spray yet, it was still definitely worth taking. It's been very reliable as far as crowd control is concerned.
You can feel everything slowly shift around you. menacing voice seems to echo from everywhere at once.
The eye is a doorway into Kithri itself,
The voice croaks.
Did you think so great a prize would be easily won? Come, children, time to feast.
With the death
Oh,
of the Twin
and he's
Swan,
gone.
the magic barrier sealing the Eye of Kithri.
Because you're not alone in this party. There are plenty of other people here. That is the Famine Reaper. And now it's a dead Famine Reaper.
You can feel the rumble of uncontrolled chaos within the Eye of Kithri as you put it into your pack. Better get the unstable artifact into the hands of Moorgrave University researchers as soon as possible.
Alright. This wasn't on my planned quests to level in, but there's group for it, so. Especially given that I'm over-leveled for it. With the release of Myth Draenor, I've not had to do any like sort of level 12 quests as iconic for a while, because between Giant Hold and Myth Draenor, well, why would I? That said, I can answer that question easily for right now with, well, because there's a group.
You see a group of people engaged in a shouting match. Krobin Bix is trying to placate them, but it's not looking good. You learn that the levitating stone, known as the Eye of Sirania, the artifact you were sent to find. According to Caleb, Clarissa Boromar made her fortune as
so
a
let's try to
burglar
find
and
some
an
clues.
antiques collector. That is
Do you see a clue?
conveniently specific set of skills.
Why can I never find gruntled workers? Oh, and we're at
The
Red Dungeon
worker's
Alert.
testimony reveals that only Danis, the foreman, knew how to disable the security mechanisms around the Eye of Sirania.
I don't know what the rest of my party did, but I feel like whatever they're doing, they're going to need everyone there for. So we're going to go that way. I thought we could split to gather clues, even though it is on Reaper 4, so that might just be a bad mistake on my part, and we shouldn't do that. What? Oh,
Aether Finkelberry manages to pacify the remaining kobolds.
I think I see what happened.
According to a loud kobold, these creatures are not supposed to talk to strangers. What else has Aether
I think
been
someone
telling
tried to
his
run and talk to this
researchers?
guy, so they ended up aggroing a bunch and couldn't handle it before they managed to talk to the dude to make them not be aggroed anymore. Is that a Blue's Goose reference? Yes. I could have also asked where the minimap is. Although, fun fact, I am a little bit too old for Blue's Clues. It's like I am aware of it through
This
just like
looks
cultural
and
osmosis,
smells like a
but
plant
it's
that
not
rests
something that I grew up
something
watching
that
because
blows
I was
away.
mostly grown up
Kobolds
before I
could
would have
never
been
open
watching.
something like this without Aether's help and arcane expertise.
Alright, what are we at? We don't have a ton of stuff. Not a lot of evidence here. So we're gonna go back topside. Oh, ladder's on the other side. We're gonna go back topside this way. Maybe let other people wrap around elsewhere. Alright, we got anything down here? Obviously, we've got the Reaper pack here.
The conversation with a workers' union member casts doubt on Bernadotte's interest in helping the workers.
So, you think you were in the age bracket for both Blue's Clues and Dora?
He's the only radiant
Yeah,
being you've seen around.
I'm a little old for that.
Is someone framing
On the
this
flip
poor
side,
soul?
I was at the
Or is
correct
he not
age
so
for
innocent
things like
after
Sesame
all?
Street and Mr. Rogers. That said,
There
those are
cobalt
so long
footprints
running
all
that
over this place.
that's not like
They're
a
up to something.
one age bracket. That is
Suggests
many age brackets.
The violent undertones of this pamphlet make this union seem less like advocates for better wages and a safer work environment, and more like, well, a cult. What has Bernadotte, their leader, been
Public
up to?
Access TV had some good
You
stuff.
are led
I
to
think it
believe
still does,
Ethan
actually.
is up to no good, even if he didn't steal the eye of Serrano.
Oh, Warforged. Any more attacking from the sides?
Normal unions bargain and strike for better wages. Bernadotte's outfit went straight for human sacrifice. How's that supposed to solve anything? You are convinced Bernadotte Smith's worker
So,
union is
we
a
have
front for a violent cult.
A couple options here
Whether
for
they have stolen
accusations
the Eye
already.
of Serrania remains to be seen. Bernadotte Smith buckles. Bernadotte Smith calls out to the rest of the world to strike, quite literally. And you Bernadotte Smith falls to the ground. A key rolls out of her sleeve. The door it opens can't be far.
Oh. There's still more here. Now, it does help my perceived damage that I can make things helpless, so they all take bonus damage. But yes, PBS has been a go-to channel for public broadcasting for 50
Some snitches
years?
get stitches.
I want to think that it was on in the
and others
70s, right?
die in ditches. Looks like the Boromar clan has got some bite to go with that bark.
So, is everyone in? You know, what's kind of funny is I think I saw come across my feed in YouTube that Streamtime like just put out a like cold wild mage Sork video. And it's just like, I rolled this character like weeks ago. Some people are gonna be like,
You
ah,
hear
yes, he's jumping on that train. And it's like,
the
no,
binding enchantment
no, I'm not
unravels
jumping
in
on
the
that
Eye of
train.
Serrania.
I rolled this character weeks ago.
Blasts open to a painfully bright place.
I do not say there's anything wrong with it. I have no idea if my build is anything really similar to his, actually. But with being a cold-based wild mage sorcerer, there are only so many differences you can have. I was on Cold Sork before it was cool? Oh no, definitely not. Cold Sork used to be way cooler years ago. And yes, I realize you're making a joke, but I'm choosing to ignore it. But before they made changes to some of the max caster level stuff, Cold Sork was more impactful when you could get the fully upgraded Reflection of Wave. And this particularly is things like Tsunami and Dragon's Breath that were hit. Like, they used to get a lot of benefit out of the max caster levels, and now they don't. Or at least Dragon Breath doesn't. I'm not sure about Tsunami. Are we still on R4, or did we, like, drop down when people left? We are in R4. Excellent. So it's not really a fair comparison if I'm like, this feels weaker than last build. It's like, yeah, well, last build,
Now, the hunt for
I was
the
spending
artifact.
basically the whole time on R1, so we'll make it feel different.
Something glinting in the back corner of the cavern catches your eye. You found the first crest. No doubt more searching will turn up the others.
Why must you save against my abilities, eh? It's not very polite.
The sunlight here
Someone
feels
is
much
checking
stronger than you'd expect.
the stuff to the side. Two.
The laugh-like hoots of hyenas come from the tunnel ahead.
There's not
The
one in the
surface
water
of the
there. There
underground
is one in the
pool
water
begins to
here.
ripple as you approach. Then the pool churns as an elemental flows up and attacks.
Oh, chest.
The
Excellent.
elemental dissipates, and the magical barrier protecting the pool fades. A rumble
slowed
echoes
by
through
being
the
a Chaos
canyon
Mage,
tunnels,
but
somewhere
that is
far
fine.
in the distance. A terrified scream echoes through the canyons.
Alright, so I know we have 3 crests. And the reason that I know that is that unlike some other quests, this one actually tracks it over here. It says how many are left. So we don't need to be typing 1, 2, 3, 4 in
Sparrow's head
chat.
whips up as it notices you.
Trespasser, you make a fine meal for my household.
Sparrow's lifeless form clatters to the ground.
I'll grab another soul. And I can raise party lead now. Hello, party lead. Would you like to be rezzed now? And a heal scroll to boot. I was like, wait, an alchemist? No, not an alchemist. The other one that throws potions. I probably shouldn't be taking all of these souls. Other people probably need some. Explore canyons, open the sealed temple. So did we already do the puzzle? No, we found the crest, but we need to place the crests.
You feel more than hear a faint humming sensation coming from the device in this
So I don't have the
chamber.
crests. I will trust my other party members to know how to do the puzzle, and I will be ready to move forward when they do. Question is, do I go for the full optional?
The last orb floats into place, and there's a sudden
Nope.
pulse
I'll
of
go to
magic
the end and
power.
see if other people do the optional.
Somehow you get the strange feeling that the path has just become open to you. As you step inside the temple, you notice that the floor is totally free of the sand and dust of the desert. Everything is strangely
I
clean.
hate these things.
Someone
They take so little damage.
something
They're like half damage from everything, because I think they're wisps. Yeah, look at that. That is a ridiculous amount of damage they put out. Possibly because they're both champions. Fortunately, we don't actually have to fight them.
You hear the sound of heavy footfalls echoing down the tiled halls. For many long years, this place priests relied upon secrecy to protect the eye. That time has
Okay.
clearly
The
passed.
pot on head almost made me miss
Very
the door.
well. If you would be the one to bear it to safety, then prove your worth.
Okay, so we did actually put our "you don't get to be immune to our spells" effect on her. Which is not something we use very often because, well, usually we're doing AoE and this is only single target.
Indeed worthy.
But,
This charge is now yours to bear. Do not
oh
let
wait,
it fall into darkness.
I forgot to put my voice on.
We
Oh
will
well.
be watching. You wonder about the Davis parting words as you place the Eye of Irian in your pack.
Radiance. We're out of water. So I was reviewing some VODs the other day, looking for clips.
You yawn. A
And
slight
sometimes
frown
I
corners
run
your
into certain
vision.
problems when doing that.
What were you doing here again?
One of which is
Oh, right.
it takes an extended period of time.
You remember
For every minute
come to the house
streaming,
together
I'll
to
take a bit of
find
time
and
to
retrieve the
go back through the
Eye
VOD.
of
And,
Dalquar.
oh, Twitch is on ads. Maybe I should save this topic until I'm
Calls to you from across the
done
town.
talking about that.
Hail, Pilgrim.
But
What brings you to our humble temple?
this is somewhat of a
Have you
broader
been led
topic.
astray? For a moment, you
I kind of
almost
forgot where I was
lose
going
your
with it,
resolve and
actually.
turn back. But you approach her regardless. You marvel at the beauty of the courtyard. When you touch the water in this fountain,
Okay.
you feel
So-
almost weightless.
As I was
as
saying,
though
I was
you
going
were
through
floating just above the ground.
my VODs the other day, looking for clippable moments, to, turn into YouTube shorts and things of that nature. And I noticed certain things about speech patterns, because not only do I stream, but
Glowing stones
as
covers
most
the
people
floor of this chamber.
would
These
do,
stones reflect all that keeps you
also
from
means
inner peace.
watching
You
various streams.
instinctively let
And
it
you can see
aside
that different
as the
people
last
handle
light
different
flickers out. At first you feel a
ways of
sense
approaching
calm
things
and
differently,
relief.
which I know makes no
That
sense when
relief
phrased that way.
quickly turns to
But
dread
in
as
this
you
particular
notice that
case,
something is wrong.
I'm thinking about filler
You
words.
steel your you blink awake.
Personally,
You realize with a
I
jolt
noticed that
there
when
must
reviewing my
be
own
a sleep
VODs,
this
I end up saying like a lot. Like is my default filler word. Not because I'm a Valley girl, but because usually when I'm trying to think through things, like is correct, and that means I'm thinking that there's something similar, but I don't know if it's quite it. So something like means literally not just a filler, but something similar to. So that's my default. But I've noticed that a lot of other people, when they are stalling for time until their brain fully clicks in, which will happen to you if you're streaming, there's only so much you can do with split attention between a game and a chat and your own thoughts and so on and so forth, before the brain is just like, I need to catch up. And you may have noticed right there, I did use like, as in, before the brain is like, I need to catch up. And it's also a good example, because it is me saying the brain says something similar to this, not purely a filler word, people say.
You plunge down into a shaft.
And that's just how it is. Now, I've noticed that what happens with a lot of streamers, particularly those that are, shall we say, more high energy, I tend to be on more on the chill vibes side of things, as opposed to the hype beast side of things. But there's a approach which involves people repeating themselves a lot. Like, instead of, as I see, every time I talk about it, it's now gonna just ring in my ears every time I say the word life. But every time I'm like, okay, so, or something to that effect, going to be like, aha, Aha, I did it again.
You notice dead bodies on the floor.
But some people, instead of filling the time with a filler word like that,
Hand have tried,
while they
but
are
failed to
buying time for
infiltrate
their brain to catch up,
monastery
they'll
and
repeat things.
retrieve the eye.
And you'll see this a lot in a lot of phrases. There are a lot of standard phrases people use. And a lot of them are done in second person, like to address the person they're speaking to, in this case, chat. So instead of taking time and pausing and considering what exactly they're going to say in quiet solemnity, it's, okay, chat, okay, chat, okay, chat. Like, listen, chat, listen. That sort of cadence. You take, or like, give me a second, and it all ends up being very, I think it's a Punisher meme, that it's like, wait, no, wait. But it is also very effective at the overall goal, which is sometimes when you're splitting your attention between playing the game and talking to chat and any number of other things, you do need time for your brain to simply catch up a little bit and let you form a full sentence. Now, am I going to take that approach? I'm gonna say no, because that approach does not really fit me and my vibe. But, and particularly this came to light when I was manually editing in the subtitles for a short. And when you're manually editing subtitles, you're paying a lot of attention to the exact phrasing that you were using because you're trying to write it down. And I noticed I was using a lot of filler words. So I'm not sure what exact approach I want to take to speak more clearly, but I am going to attempt to do that less. I can speak deliberately. A lot of the newer generation streamers speak like that a lot, and you can't watch. They take 2 minutes to get one full sentence out. It is certainly, I guess, part of a dialect. Like, it is a way to approach, as I said, the problem. And the problem is, you need to fill a certain amount of time when you're going to be speaking for multiple hours in a row. And repeating yourself is a way to do that. And the more traditional way, we'll say, the older way, is to use filler words. And that's been around for forever. Even back when I was younger, there were jokes about this sort of thing, like the Valley Girl thing, like totally like and such as, and the like and such as. But it's something that everyone does. Whether it's whether it's whether it's I think pues is a word that's used in Spanish for it. But it's something that everyone does, and you don't really notice it until you start noticing it. In particular, as I mentioned, if you are hearing yourself speak back when you're watching recordings of yourself. And I don't like how it sounds when I do that, so I'm going to do it for me. The other easy solution to it is to simply slow down. It doesn't take that long for your brain to catch up. Sometimes you just need a very short pause, as I've just been doing these last few sentences as a demonstrative. And that's all it takes. Just, instead of filling that half-second beat with an or an ah, you fill it with a pause. And it works just fine. Even if you are someone listening to it, and you're there for the yapology, as the youth might say, and the yapping. I am not trying to be some rap master 200 words a minute god. That's not my shtick. I can afford to be a little bit more calm, a little bit more collected, and to take a moment to just organize my thoughts, because I haven't branded myself or anything around my ability to speak at great length very quickly. Now, speak at great length, yes. Very quickly, not necessarily. Also, if you're wondering why we were in that room for so long, that was a big, like, 1-minute lag spike. And I was fortunate that I did not fall down the hole. Okay, so we now have both crests.
This door is blocked by a tangle of flowers and vines.
No, it isn't. I know that several of my party members fell there, though. So they're going to have to figure out their way back up. And this is one of those quests that it is very hard to find your way around. And even after you've learned how to find your way around this quest, as I have, it can still be difficult if you get lost, like if you take a wrong turn. Because knowing how to get from the start to the end is one thing. Knowing how to get from any part of the quest to any other part of the quest is very different. You can know how to go somewhere once you've done it, and as long as you keep being right, you know that one route. It's like knowing how to get from your house to work to your favorite non-work spot, whether that's a park or a bar or a store, you know, things of that nature. And that's different than being able to, at least in the, we'll talk in the pre-GPS days, being able to be like a taxi driver and be able to find your way around town from anywhere to anywhere. It's a very different skill set. Or rather, not a different skill set, but one is much more difficult than the other. Getting from one place to another that you already know versus having an overall understanding of the layout of the entire area. Ah, right. We should go back to the other side. And honestly, we should have used the other altar that we already passed by, but I believe that either of these work. Yes, this is the right one. I didn't want to drop down on the wrong one, and then be caught in the situation that I was just talking about, where, oh, we're having lag again.
For years, I have lulled these mortals.
We're going to tolerate a certain amount of lag, but if it gets too bad, we're switching games.
They kept me contained, when in fact, I had been the one containing them inside a calm illusion. And yet, you still wish to shake them awake? You've seen how happy they are now. It would be such a shame to rip them away from their happiness.
We were doing so well, too.
This world with all its grim chaos. If that is truly what would bring you peace, I will oblige you. But if you believed these trifling illusions are my true strength, prepare to be
Alden fell twice. They'd just gotten back up from the previous lag spike, and it hit him in the same place.
When you rise, you hear the Eye of Dalquor's chilling voice.
One last challenge, love. One final dream.
Deadly fire elementals rise out from the
Okay, we have cold damage. Take out all these fire things, which is nice. Interesting that as soon as it switched us from the modern side to the illusion side, the lag went away. Curious.
Well, I have no more tricks.
Despite the challenges I have thrown at you, here you stand. I suppose my reign over this monastery has come to an end.
Okay, I guess we can't pull this lever until we actually end the quest. We have 4 people here. There are 6 in party. We can see 2 more dots on the map.
Brand of power, yet again. For the moment, at least. You have managed to break the spell and cure these monks of their peaceful sleep. Yet I still live, and I still dare to dream.
Now that the Eye of Dalquor's magic has been disrupted, the monks will slowly begin to rise.
I think I have a
from their
point,
long,
and I forget where I was putting my points toward.
slumber.
I think I was building into Wild Mage, because none of this stuff is particularly good. And how many points do we have? We have 2. Okay, so with 2 points here, wait, what is this one? Oh, right. No, we're getting Power and Chaos next. Because that is a big power spike for us. 2 caster level and max caster level. So that goes from 15 to 17. And this goes from... yeah, so that's over a 10% buff. Okay. Do I want to join the Giant Hold walk-ups? Alright, so we are now starting Giant Hold with this party. Excellent. We don't need to join a different Giant Hold party in progress. We get to start from the beginning. Now, what I don't know is whether we're doing a level split on Giant Hold. Because some people do it different ways. Some want to do all the 13s and then come back later and do all the 14s. And others will want to do things a little differently. Do I have a socials swap? I don't think I do. Show me necklaces and rings, I think. No necks. None? Really? What rings? Oh. It helps if you don't search for necks that have scroll in the name. Show me max 15, thank you. So this is diplomacy that we could grab. Show me trinkets. We've got voice. We've got blue raptor feather. We've got iron stones. Partridge jerky. Next. I could have sworn I had a generic thing for that. Like, I know I have one at 16 because we have the Golden Guile neck. We'll grab a Katya's Wit, or Katra's Wit, for diplomacy, for crucible reasons. So we're in Feast, I'm grabbing quests. Okay. I should have grabbed more scrolls. I only have like 3 heal scrolls left. Oh. Okay. It is time for another lesson in bugs and how to work around them. This door is quote-unquote bugged by the fact that you can target both sides of it. See how it's switching back and forth between Giant Hold and Ruins of Giant Hold? if you're targeting Giant Hold, you go to Giant Hold. If you're targeting Ruins of Giant Hold, you go to Ruins of Giant Hold. And you can run into this from either side of the gate. So if you're ever stuck and you can't wonder, why can't I get into town? Or why can't I leave town? Double check which side of the door you're targeting to interact with. And it will probably fix your issue. This is the wrong route, but it's fine. Alright, I'm going to zone in and then immediately take a 15-second AFK to go fill up my glass, because my throat hurts. I might have acquired a light illness from being social this weekend. I had a runny nose the last day or two, but it has gone away. But just in case, water. And I just realized as I was walking away that I raised my glass and I gestured that I was going to go get water, forgetting of course that my webcam has decided that it wants to not just be annoying anymore, it wants to be completely non-functional. So people can't see me right now, but it's fine. We'll just say it's force of habit. Now, fun fact. You actually need to kill this guy. I have made the mistake of trying to run through this quest too fast and thinking that guy is optional. He is not. You cannot complete the quest without killing him. Soul. Double Reaper. This is fine. Mostly because I'm not alone. Smacked by the Carnage Reaper, which is not ideal. Grab one, leave the other. I managed to do nothing at all there, because for some reason I cast my cone spells when I was out of range.
You enter.
That's Famine Reaper. Famine Reaper bad. Please do not kill me, Famine Reaper. This one always throws me off. I got a Wild Surge that roots you in place. And as soon as I become unable to move, in my head, I'm completely disabled. So I treat the root like a stun out of habit. So as soon as my movement inputs stop working, in my head it's like, oh, well, I can't do anything now because I can't move. Even though that is, in fact, not the case. That's not how that works. Are we clearing sides? I guess the answer is yes. Oh boy. That was a spicy fireball. Hit me for just over 300. I gotta love it. If you don't know what this means, this is the solution to Shadow Crypt.
The Orc command post looms before you.
Also, fun fact, if you didn't know it, some of the mobs in here can cast Disintegrate. It's something that you learn if you play on hardcore servers, and then you see people die. It's like, oh, these guys cast Disintegrate. That's not ideal. Oh, so we are doing all of them, not just the 13s. Excellent. That works just fine for me. Definitely an adjustment, because at this level on fire I would have Delay Blast Fireball, which is, simply speaking, better than any of the spells Frost has. I was gonna follow that up with at this level, but it might just be, period, better than all of the spells Frost has. Because the only Frost spell that I think I don't have yet that I will care about is at level 9 and it's single target. So for quests like this, it really, really does not matter. Hi. I'll let party lead decide if we want to do traps or not.
Now, run along. You've got some conspirators to kill.
With that, the hobgoblin disappears into a passage in the wall.
Oh, I got tripped. Unfortunate. You know what? I'm fine not being primary damage. Just like, look, I'm here for color spray. That's what I do. Spray colors. It's kind of funny to like actually open that gate, because the idea that someone would be in this quest on Reaper 4 and somehow just not be able to actually handle jumping over that is kind of unlikely. But, you know, we open it out of habit and courtesy just in case someone can't manage it. Alright, we've got away without getting a Fear Reaper dot on us, which is a great advantage. See, this is what happens when I'm not as familiar with what my character can do. I stop talking for a little bit as I'm like, wait, what spell should I use here? Because I'm just so not used to the exact load of the spells that we have on this character. Hi. I'll be on mana. And we got plenty. Why are you...
The last conspirator to fall.
Why are you taking so little
It is
damage?
time to
You
find
should
the
even be taking
giant's
extra
relic
helpless
that
damage.
brought you here.
Maybe he was an elemental fury type, just resisting all the elements. Should I bother with a disco ball here at the end fight? I don't know. Might as well.
Guard that cries, emerging from
Oh.
a secret passageway.
He died fast.
No reason to let you live.
Oh, I was too slow to get my voice on. I thought I'd have at least a moment before someone clicked on it. Oh well. In the end, it's not too big a difference. Okay, run into a little bit of lag again. Alright, Crucible. Now, I know from the contest that I ran that Crucible can be completed solo in 8 minutes. Will this group complete the Crucible in 8 minutes or less? The answer is no. The answer was never going to be yes to that. I just wanted to bring it up that yes, it is possible to solo Crucible in 8 minutes. And I don't even mean on a fully geared character. I mean on an iconic with the iconic gear. As in whatever you get for starting out. It's pretty impressive, actually.
You are greeted by growls, insults, and mocking laughter from the veterans of the Storm's Fist Horde.
Diplomacy. Success on a 1. Oh, thank you for the raid, Neutral Agent. Why is it not making noise for everyone? I know that sound alert is turned on. In any case, welcome in. We have returned to DDO after many streams of not being in DDO. Because, well, they kept scheduling downtime at weird times. Like I'm usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then last Thursday they're like, hey, guess what? We're gonna schedule downtime Thursday evening that overlaps with you. It's like, ah! And besides that, the lag problems have kept me away a bit. But it's better? Question mark? But in any case, welcome in. Were you dual streaming as usual? I think I've seen you live and duoing while you're leveling, if I recall correctly. But maybe that was just over the weekend. But yes, we are trying Cold Sork because we're doing our 3 Chaosmancer lives. And we did Fire last life, and then we reincarnated into this, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks ago.
The sign reads,
And so I wanted to try a different element, so Cold it is. But welcome in, everyone. Hi. As I was just saying, thanks to the little contest I ran a bit ago, I do know that it's possible to solo Crucible in 8 minutes-ish. So, do I think this group will finish in 8 minutes?
on a pedestal.
I don't believe so. But then again, we're not really going for that level of speed. Play a lot with you, Sky. Was playing with Brackert and some others earlier. Okay, so I know Brackert's on the in Europe, or pseudo Europe, I suppose. They're technically not Europe and haven't been for some years now. So are people over there on Shadowdale? Since I know that's the Euro server. He's playing on Moonsea now. Oh wait, was Shadowdale the one that got renamed to Moonsea? I know there was like a whole thing. Moonsea is EU. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Shadowdale was Auric. Auric? I guess that there were complaints about how it was difficult to pronounce. So, alright. But yeah, Moonsea makes sense. I was on Cannith and am now on Thrain, and I need to remember to move more characters in the next 2 weeks. Because I've only moved over my main, none of my bank characters, and having been around for a while, I have a lot of gear on bank characters. So much gear. So I need to get all that done. You were on Cannith as well with your main? Yeah. That was the wrong way to use those. Let me just check something. Oof.
The gilded dragon head next to the door has a hole where its organs belong.
Please do not kill me. Oh, you're a light bearer too? So you hit hard and you're impossible to kill. How annoying. But what were you up to tonight? Just leveling or doing some raids, or what was on the menu for today? What the hell? Did people... Oh, someone pulled H and messed everything up. Okay, fine. Oh, wait. I need to put on Featherfall for this. Otherwise, I will just fall down onto the spikes. Never mind. I fell down onto the spikes anyway. For some reason, they don't have a hitbox in that section. So we're fine, but still. And someone else got the thing. So eventually they'll make their way here. Eventually. Anyone? Are there any, anyone feel like progressing the quest with me? Possibly, maybe. Would we like to... Oh, there we go. We're back. Excellent. Leveling on Moonsea, got to 30. Okay. Alright, let's get rid of that. Did stuff with Tavern Tales on Thrain before trivia.
Strong currents tug at your feet as you step into the water.
You just, Oh, that's actually an interesting solution. I'm assuming you mean the word that you have blocked is stream boo? Because viewers seems like it would be too much. Welcome, Guppyzar. Alright, we'll let him take it. I'll break some pottery up here. I'm gonna have to do the whole platforming thing to get back out again. But that's fine. I think you can block the term, remove the space. Interesting. Does this break things? It does break things. Excellent. But yeah, that seems like a good rule to set up. I hadn't considered blocking that particular one. Mostly because I guess I had in my head that, they're just bots for various viewer selling things. But you're right that it is just this stream boo place. That's like 90% plus of them, so it's probably worth just adding that word to the block list.
It's a test of instinct, Aishin. The floor of this hallway has collapsed. The broken bodies of several orcs lie below.
Still, I was pretty impressed when people started getting, like, sub 10-minute times solo in here. It was much better than I did. I only, in my little trial runs, I only got down to, I want to say, like, 13 or so.
On a lectern surrounded by 6 numbered doorways.
Okay, we do have freedom of movement cast on us. We will put up Featherfall. Okay. Other people are not being proactive, so we will instead be proactive.
You approach a bank with 7 signal crystals above a lever.
Alright, so that's green, so that doesn't need to be pulled at all. We've got people on both other corners. Excellent.
As the puzzle wheel clicks into place, a loud gear grinds in the southeast corner of the room. The path forward is open.
It's time. To take the sorcerer through the swimming section. I'm going to open this shortcut for myself because I don't trust other people to do it for me. Okay. Swap to swim stuff.
Swift water emanates from below.
Okay, we were arrogant and we were being punished for it. We don't have evasion or anything. We just have to get by with our swim skill.
lever juts from the base of the wall on your right.
That has a wonky
The
hitbox.
swift
I don't
current
appreciate it.
turns as it makes its way around the
Fortunately,
surface
we
of
are
the
running the healing past life stance, so we get a little bit of top-up healing there, which is nice.
A glittering pile of treasure is surrounded by agitated gnolls.
Tornado of Endurance. Pop the healing scroll just in case. And Merfolk's Blessing. So yes, we are just straight up disrespecting this stuff because we have enough Reaper points that we have health for it. But as you can see, that's actually a bad idea because we took a lot of damage there that we really didn't need to. Like, there was no point to take that damage besides being lazy. But it's fine. We use up a heal scroll, we get a little bit of our healing over time. No problem.
A hobgoblin curiously bangs an alarm.
Doo-doo-doo. Oh hey, someone healed me. That's very nice of them. It's always nice when people heal you. It's never expected. Well, okay, I won't say never. In certain higher end content, it is expected. But like, while leveling, it is completely unexpected that you receive heals.
You hear Grogan the Bugbear's growling voice. Welcome, warriors of the Storm's Fist, to the Arena of Power. Your champions survived their trials. You all won your place in the Horde. Now, these maggots must do the same.
95.
The
So we're
new
gonna finish with
recruits
98
will be
kills because we
carried by
didn't
Daggertooth,
do that.
trusted
Wait around for forever.
Ranger of the Windwatch. They will be hammered by Gorgatchu,
Now, theoretically, it doesn't take that long,
dazzling champion of the Dragon.
but sometimes they just don't spawn, and you end up taking like 5 minutes trying to get a little bit of extra XP, and it's just really not worth it.
Lord Jorgandal wants no weaklings in his horde. Can these soft-looking traitors to Stormreach survive the Arena of Power? Today, the Storm's Fist horde will welcome.
Okay, well, that went well. Oh, good reminder. Get our voices on. Hmm, 61k, not bad. Total time, a little under 17 minutes. I didn't grab the keys. Apparently other people didn't grab the keys either, but it's fine. Chatbot. Banned words. Actually, we'll do it directly on Twitch.
Oh, regal, this dragon looks.
Actually, I think I
Our
turned off
base
the
is my reflection in its side.
Twitch one.
Would that I could bathe myself in fire here. This pain I feel would wash away, along with my flesh.
Madstone. Alright. Oh, wait. It's like, okay, well, I'll recall and then I'll teleport back. And no, I can't do that. I haven't been to Madstone yet. So, we'll need to go this way. Chatbot. Let's go to banned words. I don't have that turned on. I think I'll just do it in spam filters then. Okay, right. So I had changed my spam protection from the one on Twitch to actually using the Stream Elements one, because I wanted a little bit of flexibility there. Because on the Twitch side of things, for some reason when I went to set it up, it wouldn't let me allow my own clips through. It's like, no, if you disallow links, you disallow all links all the time forever. Like, well, I don't want to do that. I want to allow people to take clips and post the links to clips of my own channel. That seems like it's a fair thing for people to do. So I'm using an external one for that, and we will put up this filter. Let's see. Okay. Spam filters, cast protection, email protection, paragraph protection.
This is a place to avoid. The crater here will drive you mad, and only
I'm going to
death
assume we're going to continue
will
on
bring
R4.
peace.
Alright, we're taking forever to load. It'll let us in eventually. Hopefully. Possibly. Excellent. Okay. So... Alright, so we're not disconnected. So if you don't know what just happened here, we are still stuck in the loading screen. What I did is, while stuck on the loading screen, I typed /logout, which brought up that confirmation thing of, oh, do you actually want to log out? But it also lets you see the general chat box here, which lets you see things like if you got the recovering from failed teleport message, which would mean close DDO and bring it back, because you're stuck. It also lets me type to my party, so that they can tell me. So if you didn't know that trick, now you do. If you get stuck on a loading screen and you want to get back to at least being able to tell your party that you are stuck, you can type /logout. And it will bring you here. Note that I can't do anything. Like, I can't move or do anything else. But we can actually see our logs and see chat. So it is a little bit of an advantage in that side of things. And we'll see if we ever load into this quest. But at least we'll be able to communicate with our other party members if they are also stuck. Also, to Raiders. I normally have a webcam up, but I am now slandering this company. Well, technically, I am slandering and libeling the company because I am both saying it and have it written down on stream. But, so, the webcam has never lived up to its promises on quality. And for at least the last year, I have had to physically unplug it and plug it back in every stream, because every time the computer goes to sleep, it has some sort of driver error and needs to be redetected. And then today it has decided that it doesn't even want to do that anymore. And in so doing, while I was trying to reset things and get settings, it also messed with my ability to turn on the other web camera, which would be on the dog. So not only is the camera not behaving properly to allow myself to stream myself, but it is also preventing you from seeing the dog, which is the real shame. Also, Guppyzar, thank you for the follow. This is as good a time as any to fix that as well, since we are stuck loading. Hello. Oh, I know what probably happened here. Because a lot of my things disappeared. Oh no, that's correct. Okay. Properties. No, advanced properties. Alright, I think I might just have to bounce this. Oh wait, are we in? We're halfway in. We've teleported inside the quest, but we are still, like, on our mount, not actually loaded. Okay. No, that's not actually a follow. That's me trying to test things. Okay. I get the audio for that. Why didn't I get the audio for Guppyzar's follow? I guess it only works when I look at it. Are we actually loaded in yet? No? Also, if I missed it, hello, welcome in, Alakane? Alaquane? I'm gonna go with Alakane for now. Alaquan? I think I had chicken Alaquan at a French place once. It was alright. Oh, the Fire Giant Chieftain's here. We're making progress. We're slowly loading more assets. Oh, wait, can we move? We just moved. Are we still rubber banding? We are still rubber banding. Alright, so we got rubber banding lag. So this is our, we'll call it the second big lag spike of the evening. We've had a couple smaller spikes, but this is the second, like, actual large one. Oh, there we go. We can move. Can we interact with anything? We lost audio. Like, that's not just a stream issue. That is... DDO has lost audio. I can't hear it either. Why do I have...
Blaze calls out after you.
Okay, alright.
Find the seers. Help them stop this madness before we tear
Sometimes you have to
ourselves
swap sound.
apart.
Yeah, I've had similar things to that happen. What I haven't had happen before is that somehow it sees my speakers twice. As you saw there, I had 2 options to select my speakers, and only one of them worked. Like, you should be getting audio again. What we did, it worked briefly. Let's switch it back. Okay, we're today's stream, for purely artistic and not technical purposes, will be in the style of a movie from the 1920s. Yeah, I heard the narrator, and then it disappeared again. Alright, let's try this.
In the passage beneath the crater,
There they got lost in the chilling mist. Obviously, that's what happened.
floor.
How? Okay. Alright, we're back for now, until it decides otherwise again. We are still semi-lag locked, which is not ideal when running like Reaper 4.
There are no signs of a spellcaster or the giant seers ahead. Only piles of gargantuan bones.
Let's get rid of the Pax. I don't care if the Pax is Romana or anything else about it. Do not like the Pax. Oh. Also, those are immune to cold, so that's not ideal.
A living giant bellows in rage.
You know, when I first came here, I thought that you had to avoid hitting the giants. Turns out, no. You can hit the giants all you want.
Quickly.
You can beat the crap out of those giants. They'll be fine. They'll just keep on living, somehow. And we are so tired. Oh right, I don't need to pick up souls in this quest at all. There are so many portals that I get extra spell points back just by walking through. That's Plague Reaper. What is this? Slowed. Okay. There's only one skeleton here, right?
The crater floor lies ahead. A shimmering magic crystal.
Okay. And here's where normally you'd set up a disco ball, but for Madstone Crater specifically, they don't work because they're immune to mind-altering effects.
To you. I will start the ritual now. Protect me.
Now we just chill and spawn camp. Alright, so I think these spawn every, I want to say 30 seconds? Still not entirely sure on how these things work. So we have Winter Hail, which is the one we get from our racial tree, which is essentially the same as Snowball Swarm. Except that, well, this one actually has better caster levels.
The seer calls out. Keep them at bay.
Okay. Reasons to use a more established character to play Wild Mage. When you get randomly danced by your surges, you can use your Harper pin that you already have.
The gate opens. And
So this is, yeah, 1d6 plus 2, 1d6 plus 2. And we get going from on one spawn getting danced immediately for like a 8-second crowd control into the next spawn getting a same duration silence is a little unfortunate. That's not good. And unfortunately, we've now let these things get out of sync, so it's much less efficient for me than it used to be. Fortunately, it's not just me here. We have another party member who's much better than me at killing single targets. Because ideally, for me, I would wait until all 4 spawned and then kill 4. But that's not always an option. And these things, basically it's 4 different individual spawn timers. So if you kill all 4 at the same time,
it is near, I am sure.
Then you will continue to get all 4 spawning at the same time. And if you kill them all at separate times, you will continue getting them at separate times. So you can kind of control things for yourself in that way, which is very handy. Like if you're a single target based build, so they spawn and then you kill them each one at a time, well, after that first wave that you will have 3 of them on you while you kill 1 and then 2 and then 1 respectively, the subsequent spawns, well, you'll only get 1 at a time, so no problem. And we're lagging again. We might have to switch games. No, don't get me wrong. I've played DDO for a long time. Lag is an old song in my songbook. However, there's a reason I haven't been playing as much recently, and that reason is primarily the massive amounts of lag that have come along with the whole server transfer, new servers thing. It's been bad. If you've been on, you already know it's been bad. And I know that they're working on it, and they're trying to fix things, and that technically it's better than it was when they first transferred over, but it's still a big step down from the 32-bit servers, which is a problem, given that the 64-bit servers were supposed to help address this issue. And instead, they have done quite the opposite.
Four natural ramps rise up to the central crystal. This will be a difficult position to defend. Crystal must be
do I
destroyed,
have invisibility in my
says the
spellbook?
seer.
I
Ready when
do.
you
I just
are.
hadn't put it on my bars. Once again, our plans are ruined by turning into a rat. I hate it when that happens.
The
You,
seer
be invisible.
turns to you. ritual. You keep me safe.
So yeah, if you didn't know, you can cast invisibility on the dude to try to keep him safe a little bit longer. Or to not have things immediately aggro onto him. I will note, this does not work in epics. Let's see. But maybe they don't own those computers or something way above, so we can't renew rentals on this stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, from what I understand, it's not, like, they're definitely not going to go back to the 32-bit servers. Like, there's some sort of contract, like, money thing in place that there is not going to be any going back. So they need to fix whatever's wrong with the 64-bit ones.
Calls out.
Which is going to be rough. I do not envy, well, any of the devs, really, who have to try to make this work after everything exploded. But sometimes things explode and you got to deal with it. The good news, I guess, for DDO as a game is that because it's so old and because of the style of gameplays that it, we'll say, encourages, there are a lot of players who like play DDO and then they'll like leave for years and then come back. So I will say the player base is relatively familiar with leaving and coming back. So even if the lag is bad for months, I think they'll have more people leave temporarily than other games would have people leave permanently. Now that said, I still think it's going to be a problem. I think they are going to lose a lot of people permanently. This is a hell of a debacle. It's bad. But I will say that DDO specifically has had a lot of people who like leave and come back and leave and come back. And because of that, I think they are a little bit more insulated from, we'll say, permanent people leaving permanently than some other games might be. Now, yeah. Oh, we're able to deal damage again. Well, we were for just a moment. Maybe not. Okay. Alright. We might have gotten back just in time to die. Which, wouldn't that be a kick in the nuts? Oh! You know, I have now found the one positive thing about the lag.
Is not what we think. But first,
the timer for defending the dude did continue to progress while he was that's not good. While he was what? While we were lagged out. I did get a heal off on him, but he said he was AFK. Well, he's getting the crap kicked out of him by the Reaper. But that's no big deal, because we've already successfully defended him. Where is your soulstone, by the way? Okay, there it is. I'm trying to think if I can gibbers and run with it. The answer is, depends on lag. We're gonna give it a go, though. Wait, how did I end up over here? Let me jump.
From beyond the opened gate comes a dull sound of footsteps, dry as rattling bones.
Alright. We're getting beat up a little bit. Getting beat up more than a little bit. There we go. We raise him. He gets to actually stay alive. There we go. We do the old death shuffle. Where I gibbers and then I res. So my fake being alive is good enough until he gets his actual being alive. And we can make progress. We apparently have not rescued the third seer yet.
My ancestors' bones grumbles.
We'll pop one heal.
Made to fight
UND
against
failure.
Time
Only 80% chance because of the 2 deaths. Got it. We'll rest first, then use a heal scroll. Alright. I don't have a lot of heal scrolls left, so we're just going to do what we can. Gonna pop one on ourselves and save the other one for emergencies. That said, emergency healing doesn't really work as well in Reaper because there's that massive extra penalty for being in combat. Which was a nice quality of life change that they made, to be honest. That they took the Reaper penalty and they really reduced it for out of combat. Like, if you weren't playing at the time, the current in-combat penalty for Reaper healing used to be the used to be the healing penalty all the time in Reaper. Like, whether you're in combat or not. So, they made it a lot more convenient in that if you're out of combat, we're not just going to make you sit there burning extra scrolls. Like, we want to keep the difficulty, so we don't want you to be able to heal in Reaper, but we're going to just allow you to do some out-of-combat healing as a convenience thing, because we don't think that there is difficulty in sitting in one place, just kind of waiting for your stuff to come off cooldown, or things of that nature. And I think that's a decent setup and decent stance to take. Because I know that's not the only opinion that people have on this. Like, some people thought it was a bigger deal, or a bigger, we'll say, nerf to the difficulty, but I see it as mostly quality of life. Because anyone could heal out of combat before anyway. Just so long as they are gonna say, okay, well, I'll just sit here and I'll use 50 heal scrolls. Doesn't matter, I've got 10,000 health. Because I'm in endgame Reaper stuff. You can still use a bunch of heal scrolls. Oh, we have another lag spike. Yeah, I think we're gonna end up changing games. This is a little bit too much. Which is sad, because the last stream that I did for DDO, I didn't run into this issue. We had like 1 or 2 big lag spikes, but at this point, we're almost at more lag than game. And it's just not fun for me to play, and I doubt it is entertaining for anyone to watch. So we're gonna have to figure out something else to play. I'm not sure what, since I didn't come in with a backup plan. But we'll see what we can do. If anyone, of course, has any suggestions, I will take those under advisement. This, of course, assumes that I have the game in question. But I'm definitely open to options.
Another crazed storm's heart falls. There are surely more, but at least their number has been culled.
Power World. I do not have it. And the general... In fact, I don't think I have anything in the general survival crafting genre. No Power World, no Ark, no Conan Exiles, no Minecraft. I could create a poll with my options, yes. I don't know. Although the options in this case, I was thinking, are what is in my Steam library overall, which is, of course, way too many options for a poll. But let me pull that up on a separate screen here. Excuse you. You. Show me library. Yep. What else? What do I have that's installed? Let's see. We've got Balatro, we've got Hades 2, we've got Demons, Inmost, Lost Ruins, Peglin, Rogue Legacy. We've got Toho Project. We've got Warframe, but Warframe is on the schedule to be streamed on Thursday, so that's got its own stream. I don't need it to be filling in this stream. That's everything I've got there. I've also got a bunch of older games, like significantly older games, from like good old games. And by older games, I'm talking like 20 to 30-year-old games, not just like, say, 10 years. Oh, we're lagging again. Any Path of Exile? I have not been on... When is the last time I was on Path of Exile? It's been a while. I'm one of those people who, like, comes back every year or two for, like, a league where I level, get into mid-level maps, and then that's the end of it. Last Epic Thursday? Interesting. I did play Last Epic a bit when it launched. Oh, wait. Am I misremembering it? The lag means, like, this group of enemies just, like, slowly approaching me is just, like, behold, your doom cometh. Because I know that my spells aren't going to go off, and that they are almost certainly just going to kill me. So, is Last Epic the newer-ish one that's whole thing is the world is huge and it will take you forever to do anything because you're going to take like 3 hours to travel somewhere? Because I'm thinking there was one like MMO/action RPG like Diablo-esque one. I think... Alright, let me just Google this because to make sure I'm thinking of the right one. Let's see. Last Epic is a time travel action RPG. Oh, interesting. What is this? This is... It looks like not one I've played. Oh, I was thinking of Lost Ark. I did play Lost Ark a bit. It had some good, like, set pieces. I remember, like, really liking and being impressed by... There was this whole, there was a castle siege sequence that was, like, really cool and really fun. But I didn't stick with it for any sort of long-term grinds. But I have made a lot of ARPGs. Let me look this up real briefly. Oh, hey. Is our lag spike over? Can we move again? Well, some at least. Well, the crowd control landed, so there's that at least. Alright, we'll use our last heal scroll to get rid of the packs. Okay, now Steam is not cooperating. Unable to connect to server. Did my internet blink? Stream looks like it's fine, so I don't think the internet blinked. Out of phase. Congratulations, I can't fight for another 6 seconds.
The skeleton war is casting the Madstone spell is no more. But why was it here in the first place? Perhaps Blaze and his seers have answers.
Where's my voice? There it is. Oh, Last Epic is relatively new and like full price. With mixed reviews. Interesting. I will add to wishlist to follow it, though I'm not going to grab it immediately as it is a $35 game.
Good, good, the giant roars. My seers say these skeletons were dragon magic. Our ancestors' bones used to hide their dirty tricks. A curse upon their
Right.
heads.
Lots of time travel. So that is not a thing. Okay, I'm not even gonna give it the time to let me finish out because it's lagging on that as well. So we're just gonna exit directly. No back to town, no nothing. This is where I would cut to just the normal, like, me on camera, except that the camera is not working. So we're going to try this. Oh, wait. Haha. Well, we have one stuck image from a webcam. And now we're just going to figure out a different game. So let me put up a poll, or if anyone else has any other ideas. So we're going to go with... Oh, I'll put that up as an option too. So let's create a poll. Poll. Create a new poll. Question. What game do we go to? We have Balatro. We have Slay the Spire. We have and we have Hades 2. And we're going to give this a 2-minute duration. And we'll see what people think. In the meantime. We're going to see about seeing what we can see. Alright. I'm going to run an ad and refill my drink while that goes. So we're going to update this. We have a very scuffed stream technically right now, but hopefully it will get better. And we will be back to play a different game here in another minute or two. Okay. Excellent. All right, we got one vote for Peglin, which is enough for it to be the winner. All right, we got one vote, and one vote is enough when no one else votes. This is the importance of one vote. So, if you're not familiar, this is Peglin. Peglin is kind of a Peggle roguelike. Let me just update our category here. All right, update our category. And let's see, we'll go with the Spinventor, and we'll... So if you're not familiar with the general idea of this roguelike, it has a similar overall structure to, I'll say, Slay the Spire, if you're familiar with their mechanic, where when you win a run, you can make all your next runs harder up to 20. Same sort of mechanic, but different characters I have gotten further progress or less progress on. So, as you can see, the Baladin, we've gotten all 20. The base Peglin, we're up to 17. Spinventor is at 14, and Roundrill is at 19. So we're going to go with the Spinventor, whose whole thing is don't use a bunch of the same types of things. Alright, so bombs activate nearby pegs when detonated, immune to attack damage while reloading, and when refreshed, do damage to all enemies equal to the number of pegs restored. These are all actually fairly good. But we are going to take this one, because I like how it combos with other things. Now, something pretty notable is this is a Terror Ball. It is pretty bad. And it's a penalty you get for being at these higher difficulties. They force you to have one in your deck. Or satchel, or whatever the right term is for it. But because of our ability here that unique orbs get +1/+2, it's actually not as bad as it could otherwise be. Well, that was actually quite bad, but we wanted to give time for all the guys to get on screen before we set off the bomb. I do want to try to hit all of the gold things before we win, though, so we have, well, progression so that we don't die later. But we'll see how that goes for us. Poorly. The answer is poorly. Okay. Well, the good news is we're not going to take any damage. The bad news is we're leaving a lot of cash on board. Now, we want to try to select our route. So we definitely want to come in this area in the middle. So we want to go off to the right here. Which means I'm going to try to bounce off to the right here. Or we can just take 5 damage. Not ideal. That's what happens when you get greedy. I could have taken 0 damage and just guaranteed I'd go there by taking a straight shot. But I was too greedy, so... what boss do we have? Alright, we've got this boss. Which means we actually do want a fireball, because the fireball helps to counteract one of his mechanics. Sorry, the Infern Orb, not the fireball. Very nice. Get a little bit of sustainability. And actually lets us be greedier for gold, which I will show later. Now, because we don't particularly care if we go left or right, you get an extra chest if you manage to set off all 5 bombs, which this can help us with. So we're going to try to do that. And we're going to fail to do that. This is fine, however. We want it to be more towards the center of the board anyway. Okay, well. Everything on the board dies and the next slime dies. It was an explosive start. And it's not really what I wanted to. I wanted to hit this thing. Oh, I didn't cover why I chose the Assemball. Among other things, I still do not have the achievement for fully assemballing it. So that's definitely one reason. And just because it's okay. It's actually pretty good if you can get various pieces of it. Of course, that is an if. We're going to see if we can't touch this bomb a little bit. We cannot. We messed that up. But we can set off this bomb. We were mostly trying to hit the gold here, so we got 2 out of 3. Not bad. Now, we can definitely kill this if we just shoot this at that. But if we discard it... Okay, excellent. I knew that we would kill it with the bomb, so I was just trying to bounce it off and get some gold. Okay, so as we upgrade it, it gets stronger, but none of its effects change. Some orbs have their effects change. This has the same effects across the board, it just does more damage. Like an example of something that's effects change is this. It looks similar, but this number changes here. How often it applies the slime. And its numbers go up. So we're going to let its numbers go up. We want to... We'll go left again. I don't know if that's the right choice, but it's the choice we're going to make. This is good for other characters. Not for us. We don't want duplicates. On the one hand, we now have 2 Infern Orbs, which are helpful against the boss. On the other hand, each one is now weaker because they do not get to take advantage of our character's ability. So yeah, so the Terra Ball is 2 on a hit, 4 on a crit. These are 3 and 5. That is kind of what I hoped would happen. I was trying to set off 2 bombs. We set off 2 bombs. We can kind of easily kill that thing just by hitting the refresh, because when we hit the refresh, these will come back. The orb will go all the way along. And then, well, at that point, we win. Because there's only this one guy, there's no more mobs coming. So what we're doing here is we're trying to collect as much gold as we can. We could use a way to attack all enemies, sure. And we don't want to be greedy here. There's no amount of gold on screen that would be worth not getting the relic from the chest. Unfortunate. Alright. Not amazing. But either way works. So we're once again going to see what we can do. Once again, we have failed. Now, the easy way to get that bonus is if you also have the relic that bombs detonate in 1 hit. Then it becomes really quite trivial to get the bonus. You just shoot yourself in, and as soon as you hit 1 bomb, you hit all the bombs, and they all blow up, and you win. Okay. So the thing here is, once one dies, it actually starts doing more damage. So I would prefer to try to target these bombs so that I can deal damage to the guy in the back before this guy dies. Which is what we can do now. And now we can use up this, because we're not going to hit him anyway. Because he's behind this one, so he's kind of getting blocked for. Oh, we didn't get the refresh here. Alright, let's try this and see how it goes. Oh, right over the refresh. That is... Oh, never mind. The bomb threw it back up and it got there in the end. Okay, I think we're guaranteed... Not quite guaranteed to get it. Okay. I was hoping that I would get down through here and get some of these coins, but alas, 'twas not to be. At least we got to finish them off, though, before taking more damage. Upgrade an orb. Upgrade that one the rest of the way. Ooh. So we get more damage for every crit on the board. So by default, this is going to be +2/+0. Or reduce all damage taken by 1. Now, this is what I mentioned earlier about these being useful for income. Heal 1 for every hit while navigating, and take no damage from missed navigation, as in the fire doesn't hurt. So we're just going to collect 1 gold and not get hurt. Do I care about which direction? Not really. So we're going to go over here in hopes of getting a lot of bounces. And gold. Not bad. 9 healing. Very convenient. If we reach into the nook, we get a bramble, which may or may not be good. It's probably good. We got a level 3 bramble. Excellent. We're going to prefer the fight over the question mark, because the fight means that we have the opportunity to spend gold to upgrade things. So this fight is pretty much, can you get to one of the sets of bombs? And the answer is yes, and therefore this fight is over very, very quickly. Well, not over, but I'm at no threat anymore. In fact, I might have done this incorrectly in that now I just win. Okay, good. So we upgrade this one to attack everything. And this was one of the downsides to winning that quickly is, as I mentioned, well, I didn't have time to get any of this gold, so I didn't have enough gold to also upgrade an orb there. The good news is, with so much left up, we got 14 healing before we moved on to the next one. I don't really want to use the fire orb, because the fire orb hurts me for using it. And because I have these bombs here in a very exposed position, I can basically use them to bail myself out of any sort of trouble I would get into. So we're just going to try to collect gold because we are confident that we won't die. It's surprising how much wealth you can accrue when you're not worried about dying. Okay, this does 2 self-damage. This does 2 self-damage. Yep, and that is round over. Oh, another upgrade for the select orb. And we'll upgrade the splat orb, sure. Now it's boss time. Excellent. I was hoping I would activate those bombs. I was actually hoping I would go into the fire again there and get an extra shot. Oh well. Okay, so I wanted to use fire here in hopes that we would set off 2 bombs. Because if we set off 2 bombs, that thing dies, and our shot actually goes through to kill the boss. There we go, we set off 2 bombs, that's what we were hoping for. And now our 275 hit goes onto the boss instead of getting absorbed by the dude standing in front. There we go. That was actually very nice positioning of the vines. Sometimes it can be hard to get rid of them, but having them right there where I could aim and take out 2 at once was very nice. Ooh, crit's very nice on this, since as you can see it's 6 on normal and 11 on crit. So this is a very effective one to get a crit on. We've gotten very lucky these in the first section of this fight. Which is good, because this fight can drag on and be quite difficult if you don't get ahead early. Or rather, if you get behind. Especially if something happens like, say, your refresh the board thing gets behind a bunch of vines and you can't get to it, so you can't do any damage because there are no pegs on the board. This is why we wanted the fireballs, because we can shoot them through the vines and they're not affected by it. There we go. As we hoped, we did hit a bomb, so we can, once again, clear the ad out of the way so that the higher damage shot will hit the boss. We do need to refresh the board here in a second, though. Just to increase the odds that we hit more stuff. And again, lots of vines in the way, and we got quite lucky with it, actually. To not get stuck here. Actually, we're going to guarantee a win here by switching to our Echo Orb, because our last one had almost 200 damage. This is guaranteed. Now we might take a little bit of damage. Oh wait, no, we won't take any damage. My mistake. Normally, when you hit one of these, you take 1 damage. But because we have the intentional oboe, that 1 gets reduced to 0, which is nice. I guess we'll upgrade one of our Infern Orbs. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so red bombs do a lot more damage, but they also hurt me. They don't hurt me as much because I have this -1, but they will still it's still quite possible for them to kill me. I don't like the gravity reversal. We will take this, but it's not necessarily good for us. That's more of an aspirational one, because what it does is, instead of hitting refresh and the board refreshes, you hit refresh and some of the board refreshes, but you've got like 10 refresh things on the board. Yeah. So generally speaking, this is good if you have other things that synergize with when you refresh the board, do X, Y, and Z. Now, do we have those at the moment? No, we do not. Now, it also has some more minor synergy with things like this orb that upgrade things when they hit. So you can upgrade it, refresh, hit it again, upgrade it again, and so on and so forth. Oh. Only 170. Not good enough. I was hoping to set up the bombs. We're trying to hit this refresh. Very bad. We don't even break the shield. And now we're taking just so much damage. And once again, we bounced out the edge. So yeah, some of the things that you can synergize with are, like, you heal 1 every time that you refresh the board. Or like every 4 times you refresh the board, you get a buff, or things of that nature. But we don't have any of those at the moment, so we're just getting by without them. Alright, we're going to go to our Echo Orb, because that is guaranteed to kill everything except the Archer. And now it kills the Archer too. Oh, now that we already kill everything, now we're going to bounce around a lot and get overkill. But, you know, we couldn't get that earlier. We will pop a heal, we will upgrade this the rest of the way, and then we will continue. And then we will look at the map. Alright, so both sides have a boss fight. This has chests, so we want to go to the right. Alright. We only healed 3, but it's better than not healing any. Okay, so we don't super want any of these, but we definitely don't want the one in the middle. So we'll aim for the left. And immediately punished for it. We're not forced to take it, though. So if we do get the middle one, we can just decline it. Do I even want this? I don't have any slime synergy. We'll just skip it. Now, we do want to go right here because the left has just a chest. The right has a chest plus another room. But as you can see, this is the kind of layout that you only have a little bit of agency for what you're doing. You can kind of aim it, but it's not going to be reliable. Once again, we have failed to activate all the bombs. This kind of is a little difficult, but we got a decent layout. Not quite. We take like 10 damage, I think. Like, these guys swing hard. another thing to take into account is that without a special relic, hitting a refresh doesn't give you any damage. So there is an opportunity cost that, well, sorry, you hit that one, and it refreshed the board, and so you didn't get any extra damage on that shot. So all these things that are doing refreshes aren't making that particular shot any more powerful. Okay, alright. 62 is not ideal, but it's not awful. Yep, now we take another 10 damage. 9, sorry. We have our thingy. We are getting good use out of the adventurine here, which is why this is giving me like 50, because we get an upgrade of 10 every single time. Wait, are there any shops coming up? If we go left, there are. We will heal and continue. This being right here is super annoying. We got no gold. We didn't get the... Like, if we got in to hit that bomb, we'd get like 10 more healing. So, that was not a good shot on my part. We don't want to use the Inferno Orb. Okay. This one is going to be a rough one. What I think we want to do is we want to use this one. Try to get it to bounce around as much as possible in here, because we want this particular shot we care about a lot more than others, because our plan here is to then use our Echo Orb next shot to hit everything. Because it only gets +1 per thing hit, unless we got to that crit thing, which was all the way in the middle, so that was always going to be unlikely. It is unfortunate. Oh, I should have discarded to get to the Assemble, because it also hits everything, so I could snipe this guy who's going to keep shooting me from the back. And the Assemble also has the upgrade thing on it, so that's nice. But because I haven't gotten the upgrades for it that make it do decent damage on its own, we really are relying on a lot of the other effects, like these bonus damage things. That said, we got very lucky on bounces here. So we are going to kill everything. We'll continue without healing. We're going to risk it. So we're mostly in here for, like, we're going for a lot of bounces, and either we get the gold from it, or we get a lot of bounces, and then we actually proceed and go to the boss. So 11 isn't ideal. Like, I probably could have gotten better than that shooting for the middle, but it's still pretty solid. So as much as I kind of want to set off bombs here, well, okay, we ended up setting them off anyway. But as I was about to say, as much as I kind of want to set them off, I also kind of don't, because I want to wait for the actual boss to come out. That said, let's see what we can do about hitting everything for damage. Because I do want AoE damage. Shame that it brings them down to 3 health and didn't finish them off. But that's okay. we can swap here to the Echo Orb. And now we are guaranteed that we're going to hit everything for a good chunk of damage. In fact, we're going to kill everything except the boss. And then the boss is going to be a big problem. But, you know, we'll handle that problem when we handle that problem. And it applies Bramble. So the boss doesn't get to move. And, which also means we get to shoot the healer / range guy who would otherwise be very annoying. Now he's probably not going to die on this unless we hit a bunch of upgraded stuff. Yeah, doesn't die. But it's fine. Terror Ball will finish him off, and or it'll set off a bomb, in which case this will actually hit the boss. No such luck. We overkill. There we go. We did want to set off these bombs as much as possible, and we also wanted to hit this very upgraded bit. Okay, but this had a really good lucky bounce to come over to the left-hand side here. Because this boss does actually hit pretty hard, but he's only going to get to move his like 2 moves while we're reloading. And then we've got this from the Adventurine already upgraded, and we're good to go. Excellent. We're not going to get any of these. We're on upgrade? No, we're just going... we're just going to continue. Ooh, interesting. Whenever you reload, gain 2 balance. That's actually pretty nice. But the pincer maneuver is also pretty nice. Pincer maneuver is great with orbs that like apply status effects, because it applies double the status effects. I'm not sure if it fits me, but we'll take this because we have the extra discards. We want to go left here. Okay, we might not get the chance. All right, we'll just YOLO it. YOLOing it has worked out. We got a decent heal, and we went the direction that we wanted. Now, you might be thinking, well, why not go for the chest? And the answer is, I can still go for this. This is like a bonus stage. We didn't miss out on the chest, we just get to go to an extra thing in addition to it. I should have discarded this. This way. Oh, why must you bounce back straight the other way? There's so many things you can do, just staying on top of these, but it's like, no, I'm just going to go straight down this tiny little hole. Once again, we have managed to not land in the middle. So we do 60 damage to everything, but I really wanted to get down and hit some of these bombs. Can we do that by shooting it here? Well, we got close to hitting bombs, but we still did not hit any bombs, which is a bit of a problem for us. It's alright, we can fix this. Because we'll take the damage of this, and then we can use our Echo Orb to make sure that we kill everything next turn. And we're going to try to get it over here to get some of the gold over here. And this has worked out better than expected. Oh, another thing that really synergizes well with the having lots of refresh nodes is that there is something similar to the thing I have with bombs for where they hit everything around them. You can do that with the refresh nodes as well, which leads to a bunch of combos actually. Okay. We want to go left because we want the boss and the shop. Maybe? Oh, lucky. I was a little concerned there, but we've not only got to go the direction we wanted to go, but we got a big heal off of it too. Oh, here we go. Very good. Instead of giving me 0 damage when hitting the refreshes, now we get 3. And we want to go left. And it's important enough this time that I'm not going to try to do the get an extra relic thing. Upgrade an orb. We'll upgrade the pebble. You might think, why not upgrade the fireball? It's a better orb. It's like, yeah, but I have 2 of them. Well, then again, the pebble, I've got like 4 of them. So, that argument doesn't make sense. Okay, here we go. So this boss moves relatively slowly, but it's basically just a big damage check. It's like, can you kill this thing before it gets to you and just like kills you? I think it does either 25 or 35 damage a shot. So yeah. There we go. We wanted those upgrades. As you may have noticed, I'm not actually paying that much attention to how I'm doing this now. And a big part of that is because the first shot did 1,000 damage, I'm not worried about it anymore. I can misplay this horribly, and it just will not be a problem. Like, I knew I could guarantee several hundred damage there. Is it enough to finish him off? No. But, you know, it doesn't need to be. And we did upgrade this, so it's 5-2 now. So, as long as we don't hit a crit node, we're good. And as long as we hit this 30, we should be good here as well. Yeah, there we go. There we go. We don't want any of those. Continue. Let's see. Multi-ball every 4 shots, or everything crits when I'm low on health. I don't have any sort of crit synergy going on. So we'll go with the multi-ball. And because there's no chance of misnavigation here, like I can't take damage, and I can't accidentally go the wrong way, we might as well go for the gold and the healing by bouncing off of stuff. And it worked out for us. Okay, these are great to get. What is this? Ah, excellent. Hey, we got the achievement. We have fully assembled the assemble. We will grab this. And see, these require a lot. Like, if you get this for free from a chest, it's great. You get a lot of value out of it. But at this point, like, if I buy this, I need to hit 17 extra gold things for it to be worth it. And that's a lot. So, Yeah, these are not really worth it to buy. So we will remove a pebble. And we will keep our gold for hopefully something more useful later. This boss is probably going to give me issues. We will see, though. So, main problems with this boss is that you are actively encouraged to, like, you want to kill these guys, but if you kill those guys, you keep getting poison on you, and the poison hurts a lot. And this boss has a lot of health. So my main strategy for this is I'm basically going to try to keep hitting this and scaling up. And making everything get upgraded more and more. So that I keep doing more and more damage. Because the problem here is I'm about to take 6 poison damage. Or 6 stacks of poison, I should say. But you see, as long as I keep hitting refreshes, I can at least guarantee fairly regular damage output from the fact that I keep hitting the upgrade. Oh. I just realized what's going on here. So, normally, when you kill the paintings, she summons them back. But because I put the bramble effect on her and so she can't move, she can't, so she's just shooting me. Which I believe is an advantage. I think that actually works out in my favor. Also, I really need to hit some of these refreshes. They're like all now hiding over here. Excellent. We got some refreshes in. And unfortunately, we're going to take a ton of poison here, which really puts me on a timer. Oh, good, good. Oh, I wanted it to get down to this corner. There are 4 refreshes hiding there. Oh well, at least we got a couple refreshes there. But the thing is, the longer I go without hitting that corner, the more are going to congregate here. Simply because I haven't hit them yet. Alright, that went well. That's what I was aiming for. Can I get more? Alright, I got 3 of them. But again, this is a major problem. If I fire this, do I just die? Maybe. But I want it to hit this crit. Good, good. Okay. So either the boss dies from this, or I die from this. Looks like the latter. It looks like I'm just dead. Because the problem is... Oh! Interesting. Okay. I thought that during my reload, I was going to run into an issue where I took poison damage while reloading, but it turns out that's not how that works. So we managed to barely live. We'll heal a little. Attacks deal double damage, but every... No. No. We'll get the squirrel hat. So the trick here is going to be this thing reflects damage. So we need to either hit it very hard or not hard at all. And I think we're worst of both worlds. Yes, absolute worst case scenario is you bring it to low health. Because bringing it to low health, if you kill it, you don't take any damage from that reflect. But we didn't kill it, so we took a ton of damage. Heal. Continue. Alright, let's see if we can get a little bit of healing back here. Not much. Oh well. Ah, excellent. This is the one I was talking about earlier. Every 4 times the board refreshes, we randomly gain a buff. Wait, which way do we want to go anyway? We probably want to go toward the right-hand side. Oh, excellent. And we finally managed to get this. When gaining max health, increase the amount gained by 1. Well, we currently don't have a way to gain max health, so unfortunately that does nothing for us right now. We will remove an orb. This one. But we are pretty low on health, so that is something we need to address. Hopefully this lets us heal a little before we fight a boss. Or elite? Whatever. Oh, this one's not... Oh, actually... This one's not nearly as bad as it could be. So the main problem with this one is usually that you don't have any damage because you can't really do anything because there's nothing on the there's nothing out. However, having the thing that puts all the extra refreshes on the board means that you have to have that many refreshes out. So it works out very well. And then the fact that the refreshes also power up our stuff is just very, very nice for us. Whenever you heal, deal damage. Oh, okay. Now all of our refreshes also trigger crits, which is incredibly powerful because we have tons of refreshes. Oh, I managed to get it all the way through there and not hit anything in between, so not much healing for us. Now, if only I had something like every time a crit is triggered, do XYZ, that would also be super effective. But you'll note that we have 2 musical, which of course doesn't help us right now because, well, that increases your damage on non-crits. And the problem is, everything I do is going to crit now. Which is not generally a problem, but it does mean that it's unfortunate that the randomized buffs we've gotten just don't help us. But it's like a 50-50 shot, and hey, why not? It's still quite strong. There we go. Do we get enough? 950, 970, 990? Ooh, just barely. No, we'll take the safety net. Which way do we want? Yeah, we'll stay on the right. I was hoping to get in here, but 8's not too bad. Bramball, eh? Okay, well, it has overflow, so that's good. Oh, and this is good too. having our Echo Orb right after a big damage orb. Very effective. Oh, come on. Not quite what I was going for, but we'll take it. We only need to do like 900. This one is one that can really be really swingy if like stuff disappears at just the wrong time. And now you're like not getting any damage because of it. Or you could get multi-ball and squirrels and suddenly do a ton of damage. I don't need this because I already upgraded mine fully. So we can shuffle things, but we don't need to shuffle things. We don't need to do that. We'll do another heal just in case. We're just going to keep hugging the right wall. Might as well. Or not. Maybe we don't. Maybe we head to the left a little. Not that it matters, because both of these dash through the flames. We don't want 2 fireballs. Because either of these that we went to from this one, they both have the same options. So we want to go to the right. There we go. Oh. Refreshes move after every shot. Not as important for us as for some other builds, but we'll take it. We'll take the right-hand path. Because while there are 2 shops and I won't be able to afford stuff in both, it does give us the ability to say, like, if there's nothing we want in the first shop, we get another shot at the RNG for something really good. And an example of something really good we would want is refreshes heal you, or refreshes trigger everything around them. Okay, so I think we're just going to switch to our Echo Orb, even though using our fully upgraded, like, multi-orb thing would be incredibly strong. The other thing that's incredibly strong is guaranteeing 1,000 damage to all 3 of these boss-like guys. Excellent. Good that we hit a bomb, so it takes out this little, like, 7 health guy in the back here. Alright. Alright, I guess that wouldn't be enough to finish him off, but I don't think he gets to hit me. Yeah, he doesn't get to hit me. And then between the upgrades and the crit. Excellent. No. We just continue. We take our gold, we save it for the shop. Ooh, nice. Okay, not as nice. I thought I could get it inside there and actually get gold and healing off of it, but I messed up my shot. Force a level 1 Pebble in. This is not an Orbalisk run. And I know it's very disappointed in me for that, but it is what it is. At the start of your turn, apply damage reduction slime. X is the number of times you lost health last turn. What boss? Maybe. No. Maybe. None of these is like life-changing. We'll take this one. We want to save enough that we can buy one big important one here if there's one available. Pebballs get upgraded, not, amazing. But why not? Useless, because we don't have any more battles to do. Useless, because we don't have any more rewards to choose from. Useless, because odds of us not hitting one of the refresh things are vanishingly small, which means all of our things crit. So that was pretty unlucky. The good news is, one of the ways that you can lose to this boss is by getting overwhelmed by the ads if you don't have like any area of effect damage. And we don't have to worry about that, because we have multiple big hitting things that will target all enemies. Another way you can lose to this boss is self-damage from the bombs. As you can see, the board is styled after Minesweeper. And it has red bombs in it. As you just saw, that was a red bomb. Or you might have seen. It goes by very quickly. But, because I don't have the relic that makes bombs refresh, I'm going to take a lot of initial damage from these red bombs. Oh, that is very unfortunate. That was a hit for 2,000 if the ad had actually died. But since the ad was still alive, it didn't go through, and it saved the boss a lot of damage. Now we do have a damage reduction slime. Which is now gone. Alright, so we'll shoot this way to hit that refresh. Alright. Now, do we want to shoot the Inferno Orb? Yes, because we have a damage reduction slime on anyway. Which means it does 0 damage, because it's supposed to do 2 damage. But we take -1 from this, and -1 from this damage reduction slime. And therefore, no problems. And this is one of those great occasions where, hey, well, guess what? Now there are multiple ads who would be getting in the way. However, they're not actually getting in the way because this attacks all enemies. And it attacks them hard, too. Oh, I didn't know that we were going to get a double on this. But you'll also see that we're stacking up our buffs here because we keep hitting these refreshes. Which is why, despite this formally being like 1 and 3, between the refresh buffs and the buff we got for reloading just now, we're up to 8 and 9. Eight and 10. And now we massively overkill this by doing 2,700 to everything. And there we go. That was a pretty lucky run, all things considered, despite what the shop at the end would have you believe. Okay, so here we have 3 options. We had all 3 of these relics last run. This benefits when stuff gets refreshed. This benefits when stuff gets refreshed. And this is just kind of a generally good sustain item. This is scaling, this is scaling, this is sustain. We will go with sustain as our starting. We have Mole Boss. And based on the things we saw as we scrolled up, we want to stick to the left-hand side. The main problem with choosing this relic is that it gives us no extra strength in battle unless we get like another relic that it synergizes with. And even then, it's not so much a synergy as it removes a downside of that relic, which was the gambling chip. Which makes it so some of these will do double damage, but one of the 5 is on fire and will hurt you. But if you have the shoes, it won't hurt you. Also, that was a ridiculously lucky shot. Or, well, I should say unlucky shot. Ridiculously lucky to be able to make it between all of those without hitting any. Of course, the outcome of that is bad for me, so it makes it unlucky, but, you know, you win some, you lose some. Now, unlike the mini-boss that we talked about last time, killing one of these is not a disadvantage per se, but it does mean we don't get the ability to shoot this, which is a little bit of a problem. Now he comes in, hits me. Okay, that's not quite what I was going for. I was hoping to hit the reload. And this is a problem that I think I described last run as well, where sometimes you can get stuck with a reload hidden behind things. And I got lucky that I managed to hit it there, but sometimes you don't get that lucky. We'll take one of these for 2 reasons. One, it helps prevent that problem that I mentioned earlier, where you get stuck with your reload behind something. And 2, it's just a generally higher damage orb, and you kind of need those. I have already messed up, because I have now locked myself out of being able to get that chest. I should have aimed for the crit here, because as you can see, this orb is one of the very crit skewed ones, 3-7. Alright, very good. I wanted to set off the bomb, and we did manage to set off the bomb. Problem is, our refresh is now hidden way down in there. See if we can't get to it. It's either that or, actually screw it. We'll do it this way. Who needs a refresh when you can just kill him, eh? I did get lucky and managed to get some gold there, so that was nice. Okay, so the trick here is that we want to go to the left. Okay, that's not so bad. We got gold. Oh. I was trying to not do that, but that's fine. We got our 2 healing. And we want to go to the left again. Now, was it a good idea to hit that bomb? Probably not. I probably should have waited for more to come out so it would be more effective. Okay. You've set off another bomb. Okay. Alright. Do we... Oh. I probably should have actually aimed for that bomb if that's what I wanted to happen. But we did get a decent... Oh, never mind. I was going to say we did get a decent amount of gold off of that, which is still good. Do we wait and just try to hit the bomb? It might be a good idea. Or we could just get greedy and try to go for gold. And do poorly. Only hit 2 pegs. There we go. We lucked out and got 2 gold from pegs on that, despite the other thing. Yeah, we'll take the laser orb. And again, we don't have the extra gold from hitting things, so it's very much not worth it to try to go for these and to risk not getting the chest. We don't have enough gold to do anything in the store, so we skip it. We're going to remove a pebble. And then we're going to fight a boss. Or an elite. I always forget the terms they use. Okay. Alright. So, this one is a little trickier. We kind of want to hit that refresh so that we fill in this bottom stuff. Because right now, even if we get in here, chances of us getting to the bombs or any of the good stuff and getting a lot of bounces are low. Because it'll just pop out the bottom. Unless, of course, we do this. Okay. Not ideal in that it's kind of overkill on that one thing, but it does let us hit our refresh. So that's incredibly valuable. Now we take a bunch of damage, because even though we will kill this guy in the front, because we are on a higher difficulty now, they will take more actions. I really should have aimed this at the crit, because it really doesn't do any damage without the crit. And much like that, I just barely missed it. But in this case, we lucked out. We had exactly enough damage to kill the thing. Okay, alright. We will probably... Yes, alright, so we'll have enough to kill the guy in the lead, but the boss is still here. And now we take, as you see, a ridiculous amount of damage. I'm hoping to get lucky and have this bounce the crit somewhere that it'll hit it. No such luck. I think this run might just end here. Still probably ends here. Yeah. If we had hit the reset there, then maybe we'd have a chance, but yeah, the last run seemed really easy, and this run, nowhere near as easy. So we'll give it one more shot to end stream. But this difficulty spike, when you hit 15, it's very punishing. The fact that enemies take a full extra turn when you reload, it's very nasty. Because it means if you make a mistake, you're going to take a ton of damage for it. In this case, the mistake is not killing them fast enough. Now, we only have one bomb, but we did pick the relic that hurts them when we refresh the board, because having some access to area of effect damage is incredibly useful. And while it's not like the most area of effect damage, it's still enough to have an impact on most levels. Some levels it doesn't do like anything, but we're going to ignore those levels for now. We're going to try to get more gold here, because we're confident at this point that we're not going to die here. Or not going to take damage, I should say. And you might be thinking, well, why does it matter? It's early on, it's only like a damage or two, who cares? And the answer is, I don't have any good way to heal myself. So a lot of damage, if I take it, is going to stick. And we don't want it. We don't like being sticky with our damage. Omega Orb. Really? To get from 611 to 813, it's going to downgrade them twice as much? That's nowhere near a good enough trade-off. Yeah, we'll add this. Which way do we want to go anyway? We want to go down the middle, and we're going to trend towards the left side. Trending it is. This was probably the wrong decision. The fight gives me more opportunity to actually increase the power of my deck. Again, we don't want to duplicate things as this character. I would rather get the remove all orbs option. Okay. Give me something good. Heal every time the board is refreshed. Which you might think is like, yeah, well, good, healing. It's like, yeah. But the problem is, it's not much. Unless you have the relic that we had in our winning run, in which case, yeah, that's substantial healing. In this case, you're talking about, I don't know, 1 to 4 healing per fight. Which, if you think about it, a more, we'll say, combat or damage-oriented thing might let me kill them before reload, which would save me from taking 12 damage. So, the actual effect of this healing is maybe it would have been better to kill them so I don't take the damage in the first place. Unless, of course, as I mentioned, synergy with other things, in which case it can become quite powerful. And there we go. Good value out of that damage everything when you refresh. Alright, we'll go over here, because we want to hit this refresh and this bomb, which should be enough to kill him. Yeah, between the refresh, the bomb, and the shot, he dies. Okay, good. I wanted to only shoot this once I could get a crit with it, because it has a big difference between normal hit and crit. Not that it seems to have mattered, it's massive overkill. We will upgrade this because it gets overflow. As I mentioned, I do want abilities to what? To do area of effect damage. And we do want to go left. We did pick up the relic to have more crits on board, so we have that going for us. As you can see, it will hopefully be effective. Alright, 12 is fine. He only had 4 health anyway. Kind of hoping to hit the refresh there, but it's not a problem. Okay. Now we have 3 guys, each with 4 health. We just aim for gold. Or we accidentally hit the bomb and now we can't get the gold. Alright, yeah, we'll go with attacks, everything, sure. We wanted to go left anyway, right? It doesn't actually matter, but... we really need to heal ourselves up a bit. Extra gold, not bad. Alright, so the question here is, what's better? A normal fight and a question mark, or an elite fight? I'm going to say the elite fight. I am not sure that is correct. That might be wrong. Because I know I can't buy an... Ooh, I take it back. I missed the fact that I could have bought an upgrade to my select orb. Also, I missed this shot. So, the answer is, I have chosen poorly, and I'm being punished for my hubris. That sucks. We'll offer the Splat Orb, I guess. You couldn't let me give up one of my Pebbles. You had to have me give up one of my actual good things in my deck that has even more Pebbles than I would normally. Yeah, I often end up screwed on this one. It's just like, I'm going to shoot it into the middle. And it's like, no, you're going to hit one thing. It's going to bounce all the way to the side. You're going to hit nothing after that. This one was nice-ish, and then it went back towards the swarm. And yes, I was fine with that one bouncing out. That was just, I want to activate this bomb as easily as possible. Excellent. Oh, this might just be over now. Did I activate 2 different bombs? 3. Okay, yeah. We'll take a heal. We'll upgrade this. Alright, I forgot I got the thing that makes those extra bouncy. So much for that healing, eh? We got extra bouncy, it threw us all the way to the side for damage. Then we aimed poorly and it bounced us to the side for extra damage. Okay. We want to take out as much of the slime stuff as possible again, because we're going to hit this refresh. And it's unfortunate that we didn't hit a crit on that, but it's fine. We will make do without. The little extra damage from the refreshes is hopefully going to add up and help us out a bunch. Not entirely convinced, but hey, why not, eh? For some reason in my head, it's like a bounce off here, it bounces off here. It's like, no, the refresh brings these back. So that's not how that's going to work. Right. Fortunately, I believe this boss does get caught in the brambles. There we go. Alright, so it can't absorb us. Or it couldn't absorb us for a little bit of time, rather. It bought us enough time to maybe not die here. Or maybe we only deal 8 damage this round and we're just kind of screwed. See, this is one of those problems, as I mentioned. The refresh is over here. This is a major problem for us. Because I need to do something like that to clear it out. And now, it really doesn't matter, because I need to do 160 something damage, and it's just not going to happen. Just not going to happen. Not enough damage. Alright, that will do it for stream tonight. It appears that everyone who came in on the Neutral Agent Rage, had, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 people, has moved on. We might raid out anyway, depending on who is on. Let me double check something. Yeah, it appears that there is no one here to raid with. Possibly, maybe. So I guess we're just going to not raid this evening. Actually, screw it. I'll send everyone over to Cozy Bean. We look got like 1 or 2 people. It's been a bit since I've raided her, so we'll do that. And so yeah, thanks everyone for stopping by, hanging out, for sticking with us through some of the lag in DDO, and for anyone who stuck around for Peglin afterward, because, well, DDO was being problematic. So, we're just going to raid out. And our next stream is going to be... Stop that. Our next stream is going to be on Thursday, and on Thursday we will be on Warframe, still going through story things. But until then, please enjoy Cozy Bean, and I'll see you then. Good night.